is presented by the Stearns County Youth Services Task Force.
To start, we would like to show you this TikTok about a mother's first-hand experience with fentanyl in her life.
At 6 a.m. on November 16th, my husband woke up, got dressed, got his coffee, not knowing that my son was dead, up above his head in his bedroom. 30 minutes later, Aiden got up, got dressed, walked out of his bedroom not knowing that my son was dead, right across the hallway in his bedroom. What had happened was, after we all kissed him goodnight and went to bed, he took that pill and he laid down. And fentanyl stopped him from breathing. So while he was in a home with his brother, his mother, and his dad, he died alone on his bedroom floor because he slid off his bed at 9:30 in the morning. I woke up, I was feeding my animals, and I saw his car in my driveway, and I knew that he had to be to work before I had to be up. So I was like, what's going on? I walked up the stairs, I got to his room, I knocked on the door, no answer. As soon as I opened that door, I knew my son was dead. He had been dead since about 2 a.m. He was purple, and he was ice cold. I had to call an ambulance, knowing that there was no hope. He was gone. There was nothing they can do, but I had to call. Who do you call? I sat with his body alone in my house, screaming for 9 whole minutes before help got there. And then when help got there, they said, I'm sorry, ma'am, he's gone. This isn't somebody in another state, another city. This is somebody here. Somebody that, if you guys are from this area and you have older siblings, they may have known. Aiden is your age. He was 13 when I had to drive to his school and say, hey, you gotta come home because your brother's dead. And we have a funeral that we have to plan. 13 years old. And he told me something today in the car that just made me bawl my eyes out. Because they were 9 years apart. He said, I was so excited to tell my friends at school that I was an uncle. Because he was pretty sure that his brother would be married and have kids before he was done in high school. He's in 9th grade. And he will never get that. He will never be an uncle. Because he's my only child now. The friend that gave it to him, he didn't want to kill him. He loved him. He didn't know what was in that pill. He survived. He didn't die. So now every day he's got to wake up and be like, damn, I killed my best friend. Literally takes one bad decision. That's it. To ruin your life, to ruin your family's life. But 9 out of 10 times, it's your friends. And it's not on purpose. They don't want to hurt you. They just want to share what they have. Because it's the cool thing. It makes them feel better. Whatever reason that they have for using that drug. When they hand it to you, they're not thinking, this is going to be the last thing you ever take in your life. And that's why I keep it in my house. I keep it in my car. This little box that looks like nothing could be life or death. But I'm hoping that I put my story in a way that you guys can understand. Because before this happened to our family, I didn't think it could happen to us.
Fentanyl is sold directly as M-Box 30s. Fentanyl is laced into other drugs, and it is nearly impossible to tell if the drug has been laced. There are 2 types of fentanyl, pharmaceutical and illegally made. Drugs have deadly amounts of fentanyl, but you will not be able to tell. Fentanyl can be disguised as colorful candy, so don't be fooled.
Here is a video that we made to demonstrate that it is impossible to tell if a drug contains fentanyl. Someone may accidentally kill their friend by giving them a drug laced with fentanyl.
is involved in 90% of deaths involving opioids. It is 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. Over 150 people die daily from overdoses related to synthetic opioids like fentanyl.
Let's take a look at the effects of fentanyl here locally in Stearns County. In 2022, there were 26 overdose deaths. We see this number increasing yearly.
Some signs of an overdose include constricted pupils, falling asleep, slow breathing, choking, a limp body, and clammy or discolored skin.
Narcan counteracts the effects of fentanyl and saves lives. It is available at pharmacies and at stores.
You may be wondering, how do you use Narcan? First, insert the tip of the nozzle into one nostril until your fingers are against the bottom of the person's nose. Next, press the plunger firmly to give the dose. Lastly, remove the bottle and get emergency medical help.
If you need help, call 988, the crisis lifeline, and beware of the dangers of fentanyl. This presentation was brought to you by the Stearns County Youth Services Task Force.